Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, let's get it. Let's go. He was like, I'm about to move in the cell with Chambers. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. I was like, when? He was like, Monday. I was like, dang, bro. I was like, man, I mean, bro, that's on you, bro. I can't, you know, it's your life, man. He was like, yeah, I'm saying, like, you just, you know how you grow a bond with somebody. Like, me and him already had a friendship. Like, now I just grew a bond with him, though, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, dang, no more hollering at the COs no more, bro. He was like, man, like, bro, like, I rock with Chambers, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he complete me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't know he had rock with me, though, bro. So, like, this is what it is, though, Weezy. I'm like, dang, bro. Like, I feel you, though, bro. I was like, I ain't mad at you, man. Like, do your thing, bro. I gave him one last, I was like, bro, do your thing, bro. I ain't got no problem with it, bro. You know what I mean? As we was like, that jump was like, I was like, I ain't got no problem with it, bro. You know what I mean? So, he was like, man, what do you think what bro gonna say? I was like, man, he already know. Trust me. You know what I mean? He was like, how you know? I said, man, because you went here taking showers with people, huh? He was like, who been there, Weezy? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, who been there? Who told you that? First of all, you asking too many questions, bro. He was like, somebody pinned that. I'm saying in my head, so it's true game, y'all, so boom. I'm like, man, listen, man. That jump out of the pod, bro. So like, you know, he was like, well, I don't care then. Unit manager already say that I can move in that cell, you know what I mean? And then when I move in that cell, the old dude will move in my old cell. So like, I'm straight, I don't care. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, I'm going to be who I want to be with, bro. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you like me, hate me. I don't care about it, Weezy. I'm like, bro, you ain't even gotta go with all of that, bro. I said, it ain't that serious, bro. I'm telling you, I'm just saying, like, if you got a problem with it, I said, bro, listen. So the whole time we talking, the boy is watching. The boy is watching. The boy is right there, like, he started looking like Wesley Snipes in the face on Blade. He was like, I'm like, yo, bro, listen, I ain't got no beef. Pause. I was like, bro, I ain't got nothing, bro. Real talk, I ain't got nothing, bro. He was like, no, I'm saying, though, it's all, I'll just let you know, though. It's all good, though, Weezy, man. I was like, all right, bro, so he dipped. You know what I mean? I let bro do him, man. I promise you, man. I looked upstairs. I see dude. See, bro was like this. Bro was like, he was shaking his head like, I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. I go up the steps, go back there and sell with him the whole way. I said, yo. I said, man, bro just told me he about to move in the room with him, bro. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah, man. He said he about to, Monday, you know what I mean? Tomorrow, he going in the room. I said, man, shh. I said, this is crazy right here, bro. I said, this is wild. I said, this is wild. Like, this is wild right here, man. I said, you know what, though, bro? I told the dude, he weak. The dude's super weak. I said, but you know what, though? I said, this ain't the first time I seen this, though. Like, this is like the third, fourth time. I done seen this a bunch of times. Like, dudes I know from the town. You know what I mean? Like, it happens. It happens to everybody in every city. To be honest with you, there's not one dude from each city in Virginia that didn't shake, rattle, and roll, y'all. So, boom. Somebody from every city shake, rattle, and roll. Believe that, man. So, like, you see this stuff. I'm not just singling out my town. I love my town. But this situation happened. This situation was crazy. So, like, we tripped about it, man. And it was a wrap. Like, I'm feeling good because Monday around the corner. And then I'm gonna make this play. So Monday roll around. You see bro off the rip, bro out in the hallway, moving around. You see Jerome serious about it, you know what I mean? I'm out on the pod just looking at him. Bro go holler at the unit manager. Unit manager already said he was gonna move him. So they usually do moves as soon as count clear. So as soon as the first count at clear, which is the when we lock down after the morning rat, which we come back out like 11 something, like as soon as that count is clear, that's when you'll see a move happen. So we look up, I seen Jerome coming down. I seen Jerome walking with his box. Jerome and look proud, old head come out. Old head put his stuff right there. They about to do the swap. I look. I seen Wesley Snipes from Blade. He came to join. He was like, he was just watching what was going on at his door. Old head moving out. Next thing you know, Jerome moving in. I'm like, man, Jerome said he was moving in. That's what he said. Like, he won't joke. He won't joke when he say he was moving in. So Jerome moved in. Jerome moved in, man. Jerome was in that joint. As soon as they counted on the first joint, like I used to hit the feed. If I got a feezy, when they count, I'll like the feezy. So when after the count from him moving in, like the first count for him moving in is like 3 o'clock. That was like after lunch and all of that. So it's like a 3:30 count. You know what I mean? This is after dinner and all of this. So as soon as that first count came, man, as soon as that count came from after he moved in the cell, man, I promise you, man, like I was like, man, after they counted, I went to the door and looked. I can't so help but to see the second cell, which is the boys' cell, you know what I mean? Because I'm looking to see what the police, make sure the police gone. Before I like the feezy, I look. I see they got the cut on super blast, y'all. So boom, cut us up on blast. I'm like, dang, already. Y'all crazy. So count clear game. Count clear. We come back out. I look, Jerome, like he do like the showers right there. He can jump from his cell to the shower. He was like, it's like when the doors pop, I'm standing at the door. Everybody at the door waiting for the doors to pop. Everybody at the door. This word the doors pop. I seen Jerome. He was like this. His door. He was like. He got right in the shower. Me like. I said, man, the shower right there. He jumped straight in the shower. I look. I see the boy come out. He got that cut off. This time he got a cut off thermal on. He like, let me get after you, Jerome. I gotta use the bathroom. He going to cell, close the door. Jerome gonna take his shower. I'm like, man, that jump crazy shit, and roll off the top. You know what I mean? So a little bit later, I'm in the cell chilling. I hear a knock at the door. I was hoping it wasn't Jerome. Like, see, I'm like, yo, it's the dude I'm gonna make the play with, the tobacco. He come to the door, he's like, hey, look, you straight, bro, tomorrow, you know what I mean? Everything gonna be straight. Everything gonna be straight, bro. Make sure that y'all work. Everything, we gonna make it happen. He was like, look, then I'm gonna let you rock one more time for the 2. He was like, after that, I need the 4, bro. That's cool. I was like, I thought about it, like, man, I ain't never messing with that 4, but I'm like, yeah, that's cool, bro. Appreciate you too, bro. Let me get that 2 again. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? So he dipped. So when he dipped, I seen him leave. As he was leaving, the slider opened up. I thought they was gonna hit the police noise, but they didn't. The other boy come in the pod. Now the other boy that's in the pod, he's in the cell. Now the other boy that's in the pod, he in the cell with this Diesel old head dude. Old head dude probably like 6'3", Diesel, super Diesel. But he shake, rattle, and roll. But he been in the cell with this boy for a minute, you know what I mean? But the boy be working all day, but they love him, you know what I mean? They in the cell. So the boy come in the joint. I just so happen to watch the whole joint. I see the boy come in the joint. He go holler, he catch the dude that's coming from my cell. Talking to him. Dude come down the steps, he meet him. He talking to him like they walking down, like he telling him something like, you know what I mean? So I said in my head, man, I wonder if the boy got something to do with the play, because the dude didn't rock with the boy, but they will always talk if it need to be. Like it didn't look like no suspect stuff that was going on. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I wonder. And I didn't really want to just kind of like single out bro play or try to figure out bro play or nothing like that. I just was like, I wonder. So I ain't saying nothing about it. They kicked it for a minute. So after they finished kicking it, he called me again. He was like, yo, look, Weezy, we a lot tomorrow. So I'm like, all right. So as I'm leaving him, I looked. Jerome was at the door like this. Jerome was in his cell. He was like this. He was like, I was like, Jerome, maniac, man. I'm like, man, I just kind of looked the other direction. You know what I mean? So he get his door pop. I look, he come in my direction. He got his cup like he want to get some ice, but he came in my direction. He was like, Weezy. I'm like, what's up? He was like, hey, look, man, we get some of that tobacco, man. Make sure you sell me some, man. I'm trying my baby birthday coming up. I was like, your baby birthday coming up? We talking your baby on the street, your kids? He was like, yeah, go ahead with that, man. I'm talking about James, man. I was like, James? He thought, yeah, Chambers. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm saying, you know, yeah, you got some money? Yeah, that's a lot. He was like, well, I gotta have money now. I was like, what you mean you gotta have money now? Yeah, you need money. He was like, before I moved in the cell with James, you ain't never used to charge me for roller. I said, bro, well, look, I'm trying to get money. Like, this ain't nothing got nothing to do with you and James, bro. I'm trying to get bread, bro. Like, this is about money right here, bro. He was like, all right. Can I get at the store day then? I'm like, bro, store day is next Tuesday, bro. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, you ain't got no money? Y'all ain't got no money in there? He was like, only stuff that we need to eat. I'm like, yeah, I bet, man. I said, bro, look, bro, like, as I was about to clap on y'all, I ain't even gonna lie, as I was about to blah! You know what I mean? Just for no reason, though. Like, just because, like, bro, like, I mean, it's your life, but I still was gonna blah! I was still about to clap him, but so I said, nah, bro, don't clap him because, like, that might make him angry. And don't forget, you told him to play. Now, he don't know to play, but, like, he still know kind of what's going on. So I'm like, well, all right, bro. I said, nah, you ain't got to do it, Weezy. Like, If you don't want to do it, you ain't gotta do it, bro. Like you ain't gotta do it, bro. I'm like, nah, bro, chill out, bro. I said, right, got you, bro. I said, man, you know I got you, bro. Chill out, man. Relax, man. He was like, he turned around like, he looked back at Wesley Snipes. He was like, yeah, man, I'm saying though, like, it's all good though, man. You look out, you look out. I said, man, we good. I just dipped. I ain't dap him up or nothing. I'm like, bro, we good, bro. I just pilled off because I'm like, that's too much conversation. That's too much time talking. Like, I don't really want to keep talking about this, but I knew I did something crazy, man, by kind of acting like I didn't want to give it to him, man. But still, though, I'm going to still give him something. He got to wait. I ain't even get the stuff yet. Tuesday rolled around. So, bro told me he was going to get with me early Tuesday. That's what I was waiting on. So, waiting on early Tuesday. I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. You know what I mean? I got to get this junk right. Get this joint right, man. I was like, man, I'm waiting. Woke up feeling great, you know what I mean? About to get a decent amount of tobacco. I could trade some for the la-la. I could move around how I used to move around a little bit, man. You know what I mean? It's finally my turn again. I woke up feeling great. I'm feeling good around this time. So the morning rec come, bro don't say nothing to me. So at the evening rec, we came out after count. So I didn't even pay it no mind, you know what I mean? But when we finally got let out for standby for lunch almost, when we come out, I see bro that I'm getting to play with. He looking crazy. He got his 2 homeboys with him. And he at the door talking to somebody at the front door. He looking crazy in the face. So I just look at him like, man, I know it. Like nothing is promised in prison, man. Like when you see something going wrong before your eyes, man, it's not a good feeling, y'all. So boom, I'm looking at this joint like, please, God, please, please. He at the door. He like, put his ear to the joint. He like, he look mad. He looking super mad. He was like, he turned back and looked at me. I want to talk to him like this. What's going on? I'm trying to read his lips. He like, shh. He finished talking to dude. He walked up the steps. He don't even run up the steps, but he walked. That man took every step. That's how I knew it was bad news coming. He was like, he hit the corner. He came over my cell. He was like, I'll holler at you, bro. I was like, walked in my cell. He was like, yo, bro, say word, bro. They knocked him off, bro. I was like, knock who off? I ain't even called the boy name or I ain't got no nickname for him. But he was talking about the boy that worked the hallway. He was like, they knocked him off. I was like, what do you mean they knocked him off? He was like, bro, they knocked him off, bro. He was like, man, the police had, he was like, you know how he go out soon as count clear. He said, they pop his door soon as count clear. You know what I mean? He was like, man, you know, sometimes he be out when count going on. He was like, they'll count him. Like, you know what I mean? Without him even being in the cell, he was like, but he was out there, bro. He was like, he's supposed to got that jump, bro. He was like, man, that's word, bro. He was like, man, they caught his dumb ass. He said, he was like, this word, they caught him, bro. He was like, yeah, man, they caught him with the whole bag of tobacco, bro. Dude was just telling me, bro. I was like, what? I was like, how he get off, bro? He the one with the freaking, with the master lock, bro. He can do whatever he want, bro. He was like, man, that's what I'm trying to figure out now, bro. He's like, somebody had to tell on him, bro. He was like, because that man don't never get tore off since we been doing business. He said, first time I do business with you, he got tore off. So I'm like, man, this joke crazy, man. I'm like, yo, bro, look, bro. Bro, I'm giving you 2 cents, bro. Like, I ain't had nothing to do with that, bro. Like, I ain't even know he was like, bro, listen. He said, bro, it always come through, bro. It always come through, bro. He was like, man, I don't know what's going on, bro. He was like, man, that's crazy. He was like, that joke crazy, man. So we like, we gotta see what's going on. We go to Child. So we go to Child. Everybody walking to Child looking mad because the pack ain't come. These dudes holding the pod, the building down with the tobacco. Ain't no tobacco, y'all. So everybody looking mad. I'm like, it's crazy, man. So when I get in the Child hall, I go get my drink. I go, like, they got the drinks, like the tables been left and the right side, but in the middle, this with all the little coolers is at. So you gotta walk up there with your cup, hit the cooler, put your drink under the joint, get your drink. So I go get some drink. I turn around, it's Jerome behind me. He like, hey, what's up, Weezy? We still unlocked. I turn around, look at him, like, man, do it look like we unlocked, man? He was like, man, I was just asking because you said in the morning. I was like, bro, listen, bro, I ain't got nothing, yo. Straight up, man. I walked away from him, like, when I sat down, I start thinking, and I look back, and I just seen them talking to Tootsie Roll Face, and they was just at the table. Tootsie Roll Face was he like, they was having a conversation. I'm like, crazy. So I see bro hollering at people. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my thoughts right because I'm sick. I see bro hollering at people. You know what I mean? So everybody was talking about the joint. Everybody was talking about how they knocked the boy off of the tobacco. You know what I mean? Everybody was talking about that junk, man. They was like, yo, they knocked him off. The boy, it's a wrap for the boy. So Lawrenceville, usually when you go to the hole, it's under Fort Knox, man. I'm talking about when I say Fort Knox, it's Fort Knox. For a prison to be that nice and sweet, like you would think it'll be all type of illegal stuff going on when dudes go to the hole. No. When you go to the hole, they got one dude that worked back there. He in 50 building, man. The man a Christian. He don't get in trouble. He's doing his job. So he don't even need to attempt to even ask him to send somebody nothing or anything like that. Now, I have seen a message or two come through a few times. I have seen that before out here. You know what I mean? But other than that, that man ain't doing nothing. So, bro, the boy is in the hole. Bro is sick. Bro trying to get to the bottom of it and see what's going on. I look up, I see him talking to the big Diesel dude, which was the boy roommate. So we talking to him, you know what I mean? So the Diesel dude looking mad. The Diesel dude looking like, you know what I mean? He don't know what's going on. He was looking super angry. He like, this joint crazy, man. He like, man, you know what I mean? Like, he lost his boy. So I already know he feeling some type of way. So everybody just mad. Everybody just mad in this joint, man. So I'm like, man, this joint crazy, man. So every time I looked at Jerome and the boy, I ain't even gonna lie, they was looking suspect. But I didn't want to say nothing because I'm like, dang, like, was this all my fault? Yes, I know it probably was, man. I shouldn't have said nothing to this prick, man. But I did, man, by accident, man. So, like, this junk was feeling crazy, man. I didn't really know what to do, y'all. So, boom. So, I'm just watching everything play out because I don't know what's going to happen over here or over there. I don't know what's going to happen, man. So, all I know is when we went to dinner, man, I looked up. I seen the big Diesel dude, which was the boy roommate. He was talking to the old head light-skinned dude that worked the hole. And when I tell y'all, I'm telling y'all, man, this man ain't doing nothing. This man ain't passing. This man ain't doing shit. This man is doing nothing, man. I'm telling you, he do his job. I looked up, I seen the big Diesel dude talking to him. It was disgusting. Something. We walked right past him. They stopped like right before the child. He talking to him one-on-one. They talking. As soon as he leave from talking to him, we'll get in the line. So everybody eating already. So he finally get his tray. When he get his tray, he put the junk down. He goes straight back to the pod. So when he go back to the pod, by the time we get back in the pod, he on the top tier talking to bro who I supposed to get in the pack with. So they all up there talking. You know what I mean? So they get to talking. So as they talking, I see the dude I got the pack with, who I supposed to get in the pack with. He called some other dudes up there. They start talking. So everybody just on the top tier kind of like looking, but I don't know what they looking at, you know what I mean? But they just all looking. I'm like, man, I hope this junk don't get out. Then I told bro, man, like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to play like, and I think that's why Jerome was checking my temperature and kind of like calling my bluff. What's up? I'm still up, because he already knew that I told him the business. You know what I mean? But this shit crazy, man. So I promise y'all, everybody looking like they plotting. I don't know what they looking at. So the old dude finally came down the steps. And then I seen bro that I supposed to got the pack, but he came down the steps. And his other homeboys came down the other steps. And they walked straight towards over there where the boys cell was at. So they all over there. So he like, yo, look. He was like, hey, look, man. It's goddamn, we got a fucking snitch in the pod. Yeah, we got a motherfucking snitch in the pod. This is the dude who I'm getting the pack with. He was like, we got a snitch in the pod, man. This motherfucker right here is a fucking rat. So when he say that, I see Jerome like, oh, man, what you talk about? I seen him about to take off on Jerome. That's my word. But Jerome kind of like, Jerome a vet. He was like, yo, ho. Jerome put his head back like this. Oh, what you talking about, bro? Dude was like, man, hey, look. Man, fuck that shit, nigga. You gonna take up for that fucking boy. That nigga the cops, bro. That nigga told on, he called the boy name. He told on the boy. He told on that nigga was going to get this. That nigga was going to get the tobacco from me every fucking week. Ain't nobody never told on him. He said that motherfucker, he rode a kite and said that motherfucker told. That motherfucker told, man. I'm like, oh shit. So Jerome like, man, nigga ain't tell the boy. I was like, I ain't tell nothing. I didn't tell. They like, man, fuck that. You a motherfucking lie. You told, nigga. Fuck, why don't you the boy told? So that shit was crazy. So like, everybody at his door snapping. Everybody blacking out. Everybody mad. Because this is a big loss right here, man. This is a big loss. When stuff like this, the only time I seen dudes get crazy is over that money, man. Like when it comes to that money in Lawrenceville, you gonna see dudes jump out the window, y'all. So boom, everybody up at their door. Everybody like Jerome kind of like right there playing police. Man, hold on, chill out, man. Everybody like, nah, man. But the boy right behind Jerome. But the boys in the city, they like, man, let him out. Let him out. They like, man, everybody was like, police dude walk in. He see everybody standing over there. He like, y'all good in here? He was like, big Diesel dude was like, yeah, we good. Dude, they getting packed. He was like, yeah, everything good. So he do his round. When he do his round, Jerome go in the door, and lock the door. I'm like, man, fuck. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy, man. I was like, yo, this shit wild. So I go up to the dude. I'm like, yo, hey, look, what happened? How y'all find out? He was like, yo, man, the boy sent word to the big Diesel dude, man, that the nigga goddamn Chambers told on him. Man, I was like, how you figure that? He was like, man, because Chambers came out that bitch and was talking to the counselor and seen him get the pack. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm saying in my head, like, fuck, this nigga knew that this nigga was getting the pack and all of this shit. That's when it hit me. That's when I was like, this shit is all my fault, y'all. So boom, mad as hell. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. I'm like, this shit wild. So I'm like, damn. He was like, yo, look, the boy rode a kite. And dude brought it out, man. He was like, dude, don't never do that shit. He was like, man, dude brought the kite out. And he said the boy told on him, man. He said, the boy told, man. The nigga Chambers told, man. Period, man. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, this shit, wow, man. He's like, man, that nigga's just not gonna lie. He's like, man, fuck that. That nigga gotta get the fuck out of here. That nigga gotta get up out of here. That nigga gotta go. That nigga gotta go. So we like, hey, Weezy, hey, look, you better holler at your homeboy, because after count, we coming up in that bitch. As soon as this shit leave, because for real, the black dude, but after he did his round, he went straight up in the booth and sat down next to the lady and just had a good seat pointing that direction. He was just looking. So everybody kind of dispersed. So they like, hey, look, after count, after shift change, man, we going up in there, so you better holler at him. I'm like, shh. I felt like I don't really need to holler at Jerome, man. I felt like Jerome made his own bed. He needed a line at y'all, so boom. Still, I needed some clarity about all of this on the low. So I was like, I'm gonna say something to him, man. I'm gonna say something to him, man. You know what I mean? So I walked to the joint. I was like, hey, look, I need to holler at you, man. He was like, he was still looking around, looking like he was trying to see what everybody was plotting on. He was like, I said, bro, we need to talk, bro. He was like, I said, bro, come out, bro. I said, they don't want you. They want your goddamn lover, bro. I said, come out. Bring your ass out, bro. He was like, what's up? I said, bro, I need to holler at you, bro. ASAP. He was like, I seen him bend down, say something to the joint like, he probably was saying, close my door and lock it after I leave. So boom, scared ass. He was like, door open up. He was like, boom. I said, bro, they ain't coming in there now. I said, look in the booth. He was like, I said, yeah, you see the CO? I said, as soon as they leave though, I said, yeah, they coming, bro. Let you know now, niggas is mad. You done fucked up them niggas play. Them niggas was getting tobacco for a year up this bitch, bro. I said, you done messed that up. I'm letting you know now. He was like, I ain't messed nothing up. I said, bro, listen, bro. Let's walk, bro. He was like, what's up? I said, let's walk over here. We walked over here. I was like, look, let me ask you a question, bro. Who the fuck you went back and repeated what I was telling you about, though, bro? He was like, I ain't repeat shit. I said, you a motherfucking lie, nigga. He was pillow talking with that boy, nigga. He was like, man, look, it's all I'm saying. Like, goddamn, I ain't know he was gonna do it, though. I said, what you mean you ain't know he was gonna do it? He said, I went back and told him that you was trying to shine on me with the tobacco. You know what I mean? He was like, the boy was like, well, I know where they getting the tobacco from anyway. He called the boy name. The boy is the one bringing the tobacco in for him. He the one getting the tobacco. I be out there sometime when he getting the tobacco. So I'm like, he said that shit. He was like, yeah. He was like, but I ain't know he was gonna do nothing. I ain't told him to tell. I ain't told him to tell. I said, so you know he told? He was like, I mean, I don't got proof. He said he ain't did. I said, bro, he fucking told, bro. I said, what you mean? I said, bro, he told, bro. I said, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. I said, man, he told, man. Straight up, man. He was like, man, look, Weezy, man, what you want me to do? I said, bro, listen, bro, you need to fucking choose, man. I said, because niggas coming in there to beat his motherfucking Wesley Snipes off blade looking ass. Niggas coming to beat him down, bro. So what the fuck you gonna do, bro? You gonna roll with him or you gonna let a goddamn snitch get what he deserved, bro? He was like, I can't do it, Weezy. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it, bro. I said, bro, what you mean you can't do it? He's like, I can't do it, bro. I said, man, look, bro, I came to holler at you just to find out that this shit came from you. I said, because really all this shit is my fault for real. Because I shouldn't have told you shit, bro. He was like, I'll take that. I said, I know you'll take that for real. I wanted to punch him in his shit. Real talk, man. But the only reason I didn't punch him in his shit, because that nigga was a shake, roller, and roller, y'all. So boom. He in there jiggling with no condom game, being a maniac. I ain't got time for that. I thought about punching him in his shit and I regretted it. I started thinking about not doing it. I was like, nah, I ain't touching this nigga. I'm gonna let them niggas tomorrow get him. So I said, look, bro, niggas is coming in. I said, you outnumbered, bro. You're not gonna fit to beat all these niggas, bro. I said, they coming in there to beat that damn boy up tonight, bro. He was like, I said, bro, listen, bro, you really going? He was like, bro, listen, bro. I choose Chambers, bro. I was like, what? He was like, I choose Chambers, bro. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? All right, I'm just letting you know, though, bro. I'm just letting you know. He was like, that's a bet. That's a bet. It's word. That man went back to the door and said, hey, CO! Hey, CO! They opened the door. He was like, close the door immediately, y'all. So boom. So I guess he went in there to tell Chains, whoever his damn name is, look, you need to get prepared. Niggas is coming in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Chambers looking like he don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? He done been in situations like this before, being a fucking troublemaker on everything, man. So I went back and told dude was like, what'd he say? I was like, hey, look, man, he say goddamn, he choose the goddamn whole boy down, bro. So I ain't got nothing to do with that shit, man. I said, goddamn, that's on him, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not getting in that shit, bro. What the fuck I look like fighting for Chambers snitching ass? I don't care what y'all say in the comments. He gotta get beat, y'all. So boom. Fuck that shit, man. He gotta go down. So I let them know the count niggas was like, yo, the dude that got down get the pack. He was like, I'm going to the hole, Weezy. He was like, I'm about to go to the hole, bro. He's like, you done fuck my play up, bro. He's like, man, fuck that shit, bro. Fuck that shit. He was mad as a motherfucker. His roommate came over there strapped up, kind of tall nigga. He was like, yeah, look. Goddamn, I'm gonna goddamn punch goddamn Jerome and this shit on top. Niggas was talking about the big diesel dude was like, yeah, and we gonna get on his ass, and you got y'all beat that boy ass. Like they making a plan how they gonna kick ass. Man, I promise you, man, we locked down. We locked down. Man, it was so quiet in that motherfucker when they counted, man. Like you could hear a pebble drop in that bitch. As soon as the lady said, stand by for Empire Rap. Stand by for Empire Rap. The door started popping. I looked up, Jerome ain't run from the shit, Jerome door pop. I'm like, oh shit, I see him and the boy. The boy kind of like behind him though, like he looking out the door. Jerome like this at his door, he like, I ain't even come out this word. As soon as my roommate left out, I closed my door back. I was like, that's my word. I was like, I went on and got a front seat with the popcorn game. I was like, watching that drum like, it's my word. Jerome, man, run for that John. Jerome. I look at the boy like he's strapped up. Jerome strapped up. His word, niggas came down the steps and it was like, it's like 6 niggas at the door. They like, what's up, what you want? I see the big diesel dude, he get close as hell to Jerome. Jerome trying to watch him. He taller than Jerome and everything. Jerome like, he's like, what's up with you? Man, this is my word. He stole Jerome and his shit, man. He punched Jerome right in the shit. Boom! Jerome was like, him and Jerome start wrecking him and the tall dude. Like, boom, boom, boom. That shit laid out in the pod. Man, I looked up. I just seen niggas go up in that damn cell. Man, they start beating the shit out of the goddamn boy. I'm like, oh shit. Now look, niggas is boom, boom. Niggas dragging goddamn Wesley Snipes. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh shit, I get my door pop. I come out, get a better view. I'm like, holy shit. Jerome and old boy wrecking. Boom, 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 boom. That shit one-on-one. Him and the 6 dude rumbling like a bitch. Jerome wrecking that nigga though. But everybody's beating the guy ass, the boy ass, man. They beating his motherfucking ass in that bitch, man. The lady saw that shit. She called it fucking fast. This is my word. Everybody came in that bitch. They came in that bitch deep as a motherfucker. Man, they came in that bitch. Man, stop that shit. They couldn't stop like Jerome and the big dude. They slung the big dude off Jerome. He was like, this is where he came back on Jerome as Jerome ducked. Man, that nigga threw a haymaker from hell at Jerome. Jerome ducked that shit. This word, the nigga said the mace. But the nigga had to mace the fucking big dude. Shit, the nigga, They get that nigga down, dude, tackle him, boom. They get him down. Jerome ran up and kicked that nigga, boom. So Jerome kicked, they tackle him, boom. The niggas like, go in there and get him. This word, it's like 3 niggas in there beating the boy ass. I look up, I see the dude getting the pack. He like, so I see dragging his ass in that bitch. I'm like, oh shit. They running there, more police come in. They running that bitch. This word, they grab them niggas. I'm like, oh shit. Locked down. Everybody locked down. Everybody locked down. Everybody coming upstairs like, damn, this shit crazy. I was like, man, fuck that. They ass gotta go. They gotta go. This shit crazy. That penitentiary nuts. Man, this word, they locked them up. Man, they locked them up, man. They had to get all that shit sorted out. And they locked everybody up, man. They locked them up, man. 6 people went to the fucking hole. Jerome, his roommate, the boy, Wesley Snipes, the big diesel dude, goddamn Jerome homeboy, and like 2 other dudes. That's word. Like 6 people went to the fucking hole. We didn't come back out. We didn't come back out. It was a wrap for us, man. The next morning, we didn't come back out. This word, they was still trying to sort that shit out, man. But the word that got back was that was true. That nigga told, man, real shit. So that nigga deserved that shit. But I couldn't believe that Jerome chose to stick up for something like that, man. Like, bro, dude is a rat. Come on, man, messed the whole play up, man. You know what I mean? But that's what happens when you get gone. Dudes that's freaky like him, I told y'all he was the #1 thunner. Dudes that's freaky like that, they'll do anything, man. They worse than a squirrel. They'll do anything for a nut. Pause. But goddamn, that shit turned out to be nuts, man. That shit was crazy as hell, but everybody got out the hole. That was the crazy shit. This is how bootleg Lawrenceville was. Everybody got the fuck out the hole, man. Everybody got out the hole, man. Like, after all that shit was said and done, I guess after the ass whooping and all of that shit, like, they let everybody out. Like, you would think they'll get an assault charge because they fucked the boy up. But the boy ended up getting out, and he went to 80 building, and Jerome got out. First, he was in 40 building. Then I looked up. Jerome was in fucking 80 building. Jerome was chasing. Jerome was chasing, man. Old boy and them. They went to 70 building, man, and that was that, man. But that shit was crazy just to see a dude that I know choose a situation like that, man, and choose to take up for somebody like that, man. That was wild. So that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, yo. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Real talk, man. Y'all already know the count, man. Stay out the way from me, man. You have to, man. Your family don't need you in jail. You don't need you in jail, man. I'm telling you, man. You gotta stay out here, man. You gotta take care of yourself, right? Why are you gonna take care of yourself in jail? You must be got a plan and a route and all that waiting for you when you go to prison, man. You don't. You're gonna be starting from scratch, man. So stay out here where you can earn out here at least. Stay out the way, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the weekend banger game. So what did y'all do? I just subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But safe out there, y'all. And stay your ass on the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.